back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing love compatibility because you already know that love is always on the brain. This is a requested video, of course, you guys already know that. So as you saw the title, we're going to be talking about Pisces woman in a relationship with Gemini men. And another thing that I would like to tell you guys before I actually get into the video is make sure you guys kind of like take a look at your big three, which is your sun, moon, and rising, and see if you have any matches with your partner. And that tends to be a really good compatibility. It's usually a really strong bond between the two of you in some sort of way, you know what I mean? So that is just like a really fun tip that I wanted to share with you guys. When I talk about love compatibility, I'm actually talking about it in a hyper type way, like your sun, moon, Venus, Mars, and Mercury are like all in this one zodiac sign in a sense, okay? Or at least 3 out of the 5 personal planets, because if not, you will not be able to resonate with it as much, okay? So when we talk about Pisces woman, Pisces is a water sign. It is ruled by Neptune and Jupiter, and Neptune is all about the subconscious, you know, the imagination and just creativity in a sense, right? And then Jupiter is all about expansion and higher learning and philosophies, okay? So Pisces woman is the type of person who's very imaginative, and she's very creative in her way of dressing, the way that she do her hair, or just whatever. She's a creative type person, very spiritual in a sense, kind of like in the world but not necessarily of the world in a sense. Then Gemini man is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is the planet of intelligence and also early development. So like Gemini has a lot of young energies. Gemini is actually known as the kids of the zodiac, so very young energy, very smart. This is an air sign, so air is just that type of energy that loves to be free, doesn't like to be confined, just love to have a good time and just kind of like move around a lot. Air travels. Now when you first look at these two based on their elements alone, you would just say, oh my god, water and air, no, this is not going to work. But in all actuality, these two actually have something in common in the sense the modality of their sign, of their energy is mutable. So they have this mutable energy where they both just know how to adapt to their environment. They know how to just go with the flow in a situation. You know, a lot of times they know how to just agree to disagree in a sense when they're talking or having a conversation. So the beginning stages of this relationship for Pisces woman and Gemini man is extremely fun. It's like the dating part is like so fun because they can communicate about a lot of different things. Pisces women bring a lot of imaginative ideas, or, you know, like Pisces is like the bottom of the ocean. Like you don't know what you're gonna find down there, okay? It's just like so much stuff there. So Pisces just can always come up with these new things to talk about. And then Gemini man, he's very into that mental stimulation. So Pisces can really stimulate Gemini's mind, and Gemini keeps Pisces stimulated as well, because they both love to learn new things and just entertain one another. So I feel like they, in the dating stages, it's like this beautiful romance in a sense, right? I feel like when they start moving into the next stages of the relationship, when they're starting to get more into the commitment phase of the relationship, I feel like this is where they're gonna kind of like have their challenges, unless they have earth energy on the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th house. These are the angular houses, and these are the houses that kind of like forms our whole life. If they don't have like strong, prominent earth energy in these houses, it's going to be very difficult for them when it comes to taking care of responsibility, because you have Gemini man who is just like the kid, you know, like to have fun, of course, you know, but through time, of course, an evolved Gemini person will actually be able to take care of responsibility. But those who are very young, a lot of times they can kind of like lack in taking care of responsibilities. Also, Pisces woman can also lack in a sense because of the simple fact she do kind of like stay in her mind a lot. She love, you know, imagining things, and a lot of times she like to sweep things under the rug and just not pay attention to some things that are really, really important, okay? But if they are evolved, of course, they'll be able to take care of responsibility. But Pisces woman is the type of woman who needs structure in her life. And that's usually why Pisces water energy usually goes better with earth energy or other water, because of the simple fact that Pisces woman needs to be absorbed, right? She needs to cover her person with a water, you know, so she can be clingy in a relationship in a sense. Gemini man, again, this is air. He doesn't like clinginess. He wants to be free in a sense. He have to have that sense of freedom. And then also when it comes to the bedroom scene, of course, I feel like a lot of them can have problems here in a sense, because Pisces want to actually bond with the person, want to be in love with the person that she is mating with. But then Gemini can easily be physical with pretty much anyone, because it's just, you know, a physical aspect. Now, this is where I feel like they definitely have to have very compatible Mars here, because Mars is our passion planet. So they're gonna have to have some compatible energy here, yeah, to really make this work. Because what's gonna happen is someone is going to feel unfulfilled when it comes to the emotional needs between the two, because of the simple fact Gemini has to travel very far to get to the emotions of Pisces, like 9 houses away for Gemini to travel to get to those emotions, you know, to understand the emotions of Pisces. So it's a long distance, okay? So it's going to be very difficult for Gemini to be able to understand or to intuit Pisces needs, emotional needs, right? But because Pisces woman is a water sign, she tend to, you know, she tend to deal with things inwardly rather than projecting outwardly. So she may not speak out about this unless her Mercury is in Aries. Then she'll be a little bit more direct. But if her Mercury is also in Pisces, she's gonna kind of like keep it, you know, in. Or now when it comes to Gemini, Pisces naturally knows what is going on with her partner, because she's naturally, you know, like Pisces rules the subconscious, you know, this is the water, you know, Neptune rules Pisces. So this energy is just, this is just natural for Pisces woman. So she can, and it's only 3 houses away for her, you know, to get to Gemini's emotions, you know. So she knows how to fulfill him, but he don't exactly know how to fulfill her. Now let's go back. If Gemini man has a moon that's in water, he will be able to. That gives them a better fighting chance when it comes to the emotional needs, okay? So if they have compatible moons here, the emotions situation, it will be resolved. But if they both have their moons in the sign of Pisces and Gemini, then it's going to be a difficult way. It's going to be a tad bit difficult to get to those emotions, okay? Now, let's say for Pisces woman and Gemini men, when they actually get into situations, what type of situations they may find themselves in, I really don't find them being in too many arguments or debate. But if they do, you know, let's just say Pisces woman has her Mercury in Aries, and then Gemini man has his Mercury in Gemini, yeah, they can go crazy. They can just be going ham at each other, like seriously, no lie. But let's just say, for instance, that everything is every planet is actually in the sign of Pisces and Gemini. Okay, what's gonna happen is they're gonna learn early in the relationship never to tell a lie, especially Gemini men, because Gemini like to travel, they like to move, they like to have a dual life. And sometimes, you know, that includes like moving to other people and being cheaters and liars in a sense. But Pisces woman is so intuitive. Like she can become so deeply submerged into her subconscious that it is just difficult for her to truly extract what it is that she's actually seeing in there. But she knows that something is going on, because she's like the oldest water sign. She's the dominant water sign, the oldest, which means she carries the most power when it comes to the subconscious mind. So she's able to pick up on vibrations. She knows, especially an evolved Pisces, she already knows what her Gemini man is doing, and it can be scary to Gemini man in a sense that she knows exactly what he's doing, what he's basically thinking or planning. She already know it and she can feel it. And Gemini man is actually smart, you know, he's very smart, you know, so he actually know how to play mind games in a sense, but they don't work in this compatibility. So I think they learn early on in the relationships to be honest with each other and keep a common ground, because that's going to be very important for this compatibility, for it to work. So people will ask, will this work? Will Pisces woman and Gemini man work? Of course, any pairing can actually work, but the better question would be, you know, how well will it work? This relationship sometimes can feel like it's forced together in a sense, but if something is forced, it's kind of difficult. It's like sleeping in your bed. You go to bed at night, then you just toss and you turn however you want to toss and turn, right? But if somebody restrict your movement, you become what? You become uncomfortable, right? So that's kind of like what compatibility is. You can make it work, but it may not be really comfortable, because you may have to think about what you have to say or how you do something, and then that makes it uncomfortable because you have to always think before you act. But then who wants to do that? In a relationship that you're compatible in, you can just be yourself. You just do whatever it is that feels natural for you, and that person loves you and just really, really enjoys you just for you being yourself. That's compatibility. So the question is it a match made in heaven, or is it a match that heaven somehow rejected? It is a match that has potential. And that's all I have for you guys in this analysis, you guys. I hope this helps you out, and until the next time, I wish you so much love, peace, and so many wonderful blessings. Bye.
Push your limits.